Hey guys, what's up? It's Nate, and I'm back with another episode of Paranormal Talk. Do you think your house is haunted but you're unsure? You can't seem to have a team come out and check it out for you? Well, if you're brave enough, you can do it yourself, because in this day and age, guess what? There's an app for that. So in this new segment, what I'm going to be doing is downloading these apps from the App Store. I'm going to be testing them out with Charlie back here, and we're going to see exactly how they work. And I'm going to give you my opinion as to whether or not I think they can be used as valid tools for investigating the paranormal. This new segment is the Paranormal App Test. Let's get into it. So what's up, guys? Today we're going to be reviewing the Ghost Radar Legacy. Now I know I did the classic the other... Why in the hell am I even doing this? Alright, that's a little bit better. I can breathe now. I don't even know why I was doing that in the first place. So I'll let Charlie wear it. Why not? So guys, today we're going to be testing the Ghost Radar Legacy. That's not working for me. There we go. That's much better. And you guys can look at me without being like, that ugly motherfucker. He need to shave. So I feel much better now. And Charlie back there, he got dressed up for this video, as you guys can see. So today we're going to be testing the Ghost Radar Legacy. So we've already done the Ghost Radar Classic. If you have not seen that video, please feel free to go back, and check it out. I have to assume that the Ghost Radar Legacy is going to be similar in setup and usage as the Ghost Radar Classic. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've not used this app before. I'm going to open it, and you guys are going to see what I see for the first time. So we might mess around with it a little bit, go through the information section, see what kind of frequencies or settings we can change, and, just kind of have some fun with it. I was going to go out to the cemetery or the old scythe mill that I was talking about in my other video. However, I think for the purposes of correlation, that I want to test the Ghost Radar Legacy here in my house and see if I get similar responses that the Ghost Radar Classic gave me. If I can correlate similar responses, then you know what? Maybe the apps work a little bit more than what I thought they did. Maybe the apps share a word database that just happens to pop out the same words. I mean, that will be left up to interpretation. However, just like I said, for reasons of correlation as to what words come up, I'm going to test the Ghost Radar Legacy here in my house. And you know what, guys? Without further ado, because you guys are probably tired of listening to me talk, let's jump into it. Alright, guys. So, Ghost Radar Legacy. It shows up yellow, unlike the Ghost Radar Classic, which shows up red on your actual app screen. I'm going to go ahead and load this up. So, you have to deal with the ad for now. As I said, I have not yet found a way to turn this to Pro. I've never used it before. So this is a brand new app for me. I'm going to give it a test. And what you guys are seeing is what I see for the first time. We'll close that out because, well, no one cares. Well, hey, you guys got to watch a free app. So this actually, what does this do? Does that do anything?
No. Roll and win.
Okay, so it does. Okay. So we'll go back and we'll go do that in a second. I'll tell you what I'm doing. So this app is put out by Spud Pickles. And it definitely looks a little bit different. Actually, it looks a lot different from the Ghost Radar Classic, which has the screen with the bloop. This doesn't really seem to have the screen with the bloop. It's got this little green box, as you can see here. Quantum Vox Converter, whatever they mean by that. You can see a little target that kind of shows up and disappears. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that does. But let's go to the radar. So here's your classic radar screen that we were looking at yesterday when we reviewed the Ghost Radar Classic. You have burst that just popped up as you see that. So this is what I was expecting to see. I don't know why I was expecting this instead of not something new. Thinking about it now, it was an updated version of the app. Church. That's not relevant. I don't go to church. Nothing against people that do. I just don't. And there's no church nearby, so I assume that was just some kind of random word.
Colony.
Okay. So, you know what? I was just watching a Ghost Adventures episode that had something to do with a colony. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and put this on airplane mode like I did with the one yesterday, because I want to ensure that there's no interference from anything Wi-Fi or data network. So let's see what happens here. All right, so I've got the airplane mode on now, as you guys saw. I see you popping up over there. Come and speak to me. Don't be afraid.
Boat.
Boat? What about a boat? What about a boat? Where you want a boat? I don't own a boat, so I know nothing to do with that. So let's go and see what else this does. Store here, see what this does. I don't see anything listed in here, so I don't know. We'll look at that later. Words, custom range, expand word capacity. Okay, so there definitely is a way to upgrade this one to Pro, because you can expand your word capacity. I don't know what that does. You know what? That might expand the database of words that it can actually use. So that probably would be a useful thing to do. I'm not going to do it for this particular test because I'm probably not going to delete this app. I'm probably going to keep this app and test it a few more times in other locations. So I like the fact of here, it actually does tell you all the words that were said. I don't know how long it keeps this for. So, August 9th. I don't even remember ever firing this up. So I apologize, guys. I apparently have fired this up before and I just didn't remember. So at that point in time, it says settlers, rush, and beat. Settlers, colonies, so that kind of coincides there. Screen, pleasure, location. That just sounds like ground for porno. I don't know what to tell you about that one, guys. It is what it is. So let's go over here back to the radar. And down here, if you click on the little flux sensitivity thing down here, it pulls up a menu if it wants to work like it should. There we go. So you can actually go into classic mode here. And I want to see what that does. Oh, and look at that. You have the Ghost Radar Classic built right in to the Ghost Radar Legacy. Now that's really cool. I do like that. Because now you can flip back and forth and it does the same thing. Numerical, graphical. Once again, do not do the numerical and graphical. There's no reason for it. It's senseless. But that is really cool that you can go and turn this on to the classic mode. We're not going to do that though. So information here for words spoken. Tell a friend. Here you have all of your tuning, what's recommended to use, all that good stuff. Just like yesterday, I'm not going to sit there and read all that. If you want to, you can go through and you can pause this and read it and do whatever it is you want to do. So there we go. What do the numbers mean? The 3 sets of number at the top are raw data coming into the device. Basically, all the recordings are distilled down to the 3 main numbers. The 3 lines in the graph represent those 3 numbers. When those lines/numbers change quickly, it indicates a change in energies around the device. So yes, so what that is saying there is it does confirm what I was saying yesterday, where I don't believe that this necessarily detects EMF as much as changes of energy within the device. So it's modifying the device. It's not modifying the EMF field around the device. Notice I said EMF field. I did a whole video on that earlier. But it's not detecting the frequency. It's actually modifying something inside of the device that's making these colors pop up on the graph and making these words pop out. So we're going to go and we're going to try this on, what's the advanced? Ooh, interesting. So I don't know what all this is. I don't know. So scan frequency, duplicate, detection, threshold, whatever that is. You know what? Let's max that out. Let's max that out and see what it does. Put this on high. Let's see what it does here. So I want to try this on the Quantum Vox converter screen. I just want to see what it does. Is anybody in here with me? My name is Nathan. Don't be afraid of me. Please, come and speak to me. You live here with me. I have no intent on trying to remove you. So please, come and talk. I'm also currently making some ramen soup if you hear me stirring anything. Because, well, people, you get hungry. Just gonna continuously walk around and see what happens here. A bunch of J's. I don't quite understand that. I'm not exactly getting this. I'm not understanding, per se, what this screen actually does other than try to replicate an Ovilus device, maybe. The screen itself was kind of similar without the little target arrow that pops up at the graphs. And, you know, an Ovilus device typically has a screen with a box in it where the word pops in. So I'm thinking that's exactly what they're trying to do here, is they're trying to mock an Ovilus device. So, I mean, it's a good attempt. Just, I think all this extra stuff, the target, you know, the squiggly line, all the J's coming across the bottom of those dotted lines where the random letters appear, I think that's just too much. It's not necessary. I applaud their attempt, but I just think it's unnecessary. So we're going to go back to the radar and see what this does. Because we know what it does. I just want to see if it actually acts out, if I get any kind of responses now. So since I've turned the sensitivity up to high, as you guys have noticed, I don't see anything going on here. I did the advanced settings too, but we're going to go in and we're going to change that back to medium and see what happens. Come on. Okay, so you have to hit that thing a few times for it to actually work the way it's supposed to. We're going to leave that, okay. Put this back to medium. Okay. And we're done. So it didn't seem to do anything on high. That was a little bit depressing. We're going to leave it on medium for a moment, and we're going to see what happens. If there's anything in here with me, come and talk to the device that's sitting on the counter. I walked away specifically so you would feel more comfortable. If you hear that, I'm dumping some of the water out of my ramen, guys. I'm not going to the bathroom, I promise. Come on, come and speak to me. I put the device down and walked away. Nothing's popping up. So far, I kind of feel as though this one doesn't have the range, maybe, and the capabilities that the Classic had, only because I'm getting so little response-wise. Like, I'm not even really getting any blips. I've seen a few on the radar, and that's it. However, when we were using the Classic yesterday, I mean, it was constant. Then again, it was also, you know, 11:30 at night, midnight when we were testing it. So that could have a lot to do with it as the time of day. So I don't know exactly why we're not getting the responses that I would think that we would get here. So it's kind of weird. So basically, the Ghost Radar Legacy seems to be almost identical to the Ghost Radar Classic. It doesn't seem to be nearly as sensitive though, which is kind of strange, because you would think that with an upgraded version that would make the device or the app more sensitive to the device. If you noticed, when we were using that Ghost Radar Classic last night, it was just instant, boom, boom. It was almost constant for a while, and then it dulled out for a while, and then it went constant again. This one, I've not gotten but 3 or 4 responses since I've turned it on, and I don't know. I even adjusted the sensitivity, and it's not really doing much. So could that mean that this app possibly actually works? You know what? In all honesty, it could, because when you're dealing with the paranormal, just as I said last night, you know, you're sitting there for hours, sometimes complete darkness, nothing will happen. You're watching for that one specific chain of events. So, you know what? I kind of actually like the lack thereof of the activity on the screen, because it makes the activity that does happen perhaps seem more credible. Alright, so we're going back into the app. I had to stop it for a second so that way I could film that little segment I just spliced in there. So I just saw a red blip on the screen. We've got no words that popped up yet though. And that red blip was kind of a distance away. I'm not afraid of you if you would like to come and talk. You don't have to be afraid of me either. I'm not going to hurt you. I have no intent on trying to remove you. You're more than welcome to stay here. I'm speaking to any entity that resides in this house. Any outside forces, you are not welcome here, and you are not allowed to be here. So please vacate the premises. Would you come and talk to me, please? I see you standing there. Adjective? I just almost said adjective. Well, okay, what would you mean by that? Come on, speak to me. I'm grabbing some ice out of the freezer if you guys hear that. Gotta cool my soup down a little bit so I can eat it. Come on. Last night you were all over the place. Tonight I can't even get as much as really a response. I get 1 or 2 words and that's it. What's the deal with that? Come on, speak to me. Are you checking out my ramen soup? Okay, so that was kind of weird how it started off where it's at now and it was yellow. It came really close to me and it was yellow and then it blopped back over there and it was green. So we're going to go upstairs, something we didn't get to do last night because everyone was asleep and, well, I'm not going to wake everybody up. Okay, that's over towards the living room, so we're going to walk that way. See if I can get closer to it. Oh. Jimmy. Okay, so guys, that's interesting. I do not have a Jimmy in the contacts of my phone anywhere. So I don't even believe I knew a Jimmy back in Alabama, but I haven't talked to him in years. So Jimmy and create. Oh, here we go. It's starting to pick up some. What does Jimmy create? Are you Jimmy?
Person.
Jimmy creates Jimmy create person. Jimmy had a kid? Did Jimmy have a child?
Strength.
I'm going to go upstairs. If you're up there, please feel free to come and talk to me. So that was really cool. Jimmy create person. And I like the fact that I don't have a Jimmy in my contacts. So I don't know where it pulled that name from. Is anybody up here with me? Come on. Come and speak. Let's try it on the Vox here. Come on. Come and speak to me. You know what? I wonder. It said Jimmy. If you remember when we were on the screen earlier, a bunch of J's kept popping up. I wonder if this was trying to say Jimmy at that point in time. Just a little correlation that I wanted to throw out. All right. Come on. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be afraid.
8.
What did that say? I heard it say something, but I don't know what it was. I'm going to have to go back and have a listen to that because I did not hear what it said. I don't think it's going to show me in the words. It does not. Okay. Back to the radar then, because I don't know. I don't like that Vox setting because the words didn't pop up on the screen. If you saw that, I heard it, audibly heard it. But you would think the word would show up in the box and nothing showed up. So that was kind of redundant because I was in the process of talking when the word popped out, so I didn't hear what it said. This way, using this screen, we can actually see what's being said. Come on. Don't be afraid of me. You can come and speak, Jimmy. So I'm trying to get this Jimmy to come back. Go back down the stairs because up here there's not much going on. And downstairs we had that one moment where we had that flurry of pop-ups. I thought that was quite interesting. I'm back downstairs. Are you still down here? Jimmy, can you come and talk to me? Jimmy, are you here? That's me, guys. So ignore that noise. Come on, Jimmy. Can anybody come and speak to me? Come on. Don't be afraid. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you to come and speak to me now. Once again, guys, as I said last night, I'm not provoking. I'm not going to provoke in my own house just as I wouldn't provoke in somebody else's. It's not a good practice, and I won't do it. I'm just trying to be a little bit more stern with it, whatever's here. Come and speak to me. Can you tell me how old you are? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't even know if this thing does numbers. So we're going to try and elicit some numbers here and see if it does that. Can you tell me what year it is? That was kind of strange. I saw something out of the corner of my eye there. I wish you guys could have seen that. Oh, that was smart. I just ran into the table. But I just saw something out of the corner of my eye over here in the living room. I don't know where it went. It was definitely small. That was interesting. Okay. So I'm going to leave the phone over here in the living room. And I'm not going to touch it. I want to see if anything comes up. I don't know if leaving it sideways if I'm going to be able to do that or not. I'm going to leave it up like this. I'm leaving the living room for a moment. Please, come and talk to the device that's sitting here by the TV. Just walk over to it, talk to it, say something, modify the energy around the device. A word will pop out. If you would like to speak to me, please do so. Couldn't hear if anything popped up there, guys, so if anything did, be anything to see. So, I'm going to leave that device sitting right there for a moment. I'm going to sit over here on the couch, so this way, maybe me holding it is making you not want to come and speak. So, it's across the room from me. I'm nowhere near it. Can you come and speak to me? Can you show up on that radar and say something? Are you a child? Are you a man or a woman? Can you tell me this? Do you know that you're dead? Is there another plane of existence beyond this one? Okay, so this right here has gone dead, guys. Like, there's nothing popping up anywhere. Even on this, it's got a bunch of N's, whatever that means. N, C, C. So I don't know what that's trying to spell out or say or whatever that's doing. I'm not a fan of that screen at all. This right here is going to be the one to go to, guys. This one right here is honestly just too much. It's pointless. I think that they should remove this from the app altogether. You have your Ghost Radar. You have the classic version. So I think that would suffice. I don't think this right here is even necessary. All right. It's your last chance. I'm going to do exactly like I did last night. I'm going to set a 2-minute timer. Timer started. You have 2 minutes to come and speak to me. This is your final chance to show yourself. This is your final chance to come and speak to me. So please, come and do so now. Come and modify this device. Speak to me. Can you tell me how many people live in this house? Real quick, I'm going to try changing the sensitivity again. I wonder if maybe it needs to be reset. Let's try that. Is anyone here? If you didn't know, my name is Nathan. You said Jimmy earlier. And then you said creates. And you said person. So that was really nice, and I appreciate you speaking to me. That that could be put together with a full sentence. So please, if Jimmy's here, or if you know Jimmy, come forward and speak to me. You have 40 seconds. Can you tell me my name? Can you tell me my girlfriend's name? God forbid, can you tell me anything? Can you tell me the name of the old bastard that used to host The Price is Right? One. All right, that's it. Guys, your time is up. I gave you the opportunity to come speak, and for the small amount of time that you did come forward and interact with me, I appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. However, we're going to end this session now, guys, and I'll go on to my final assessment. Alright guys, so overall assessment of the Ghost Radar Legacy. I think the Vox screen is too much. The Vox screen just needs to go. I don't see a reason to have it. I think it's pointless. As you guys saw when I was upstairs, it said a word. The word never even appeared in the box. I don't know why the box is there. I don't know why it just spits out random numbers on the bottom. I don't know why the target just keeps blinking. It's too much. Get rid of that part of the app. It is pointless. It's unnecessary. Second thing, I really like the fact that it has the Ghost Radar Classic built right in. Had I known that, I probably would not have downloaded the actual Ghost Radar Classic app. I just would have ran it straight from the Ghost Radar Legacy app. So that's something that I've kind of wished that they should have told you, and if they did, then I missed it in the description of the actual app. So, sensitivity-wise, I like the fact that you can go and adjust the sensitivity in 4 different ways. You have your low, medium, high, advanced, and you probably have to mess around with it a little bit to understand the advanced settings, and that's okay. I do like the fact that you can do that, though. I would prefer to leave it on medium. That's what the app typically runs. It's what the app starts up with, so that's going to be your default setting. I would run it at the default setting because default is normally best because the programmer knows what's going to work best, right? To an extent, I guess. But I'm going to leave it at the medium, and I'll switch to high every now and then if I'm not getting any responses, just because I want to make sure that the radar doesn't need to be reset, like maybe it froze up or something. So I like the fact that I had a small flurry where there was a bunch of blips there and I got a bunch of words and then nothing. I like that because it adds credibility, in my opinion, to the app. And why do I say that? Because as I've said in the last video and this video, Paranormal is a waiting game. It doesn't happen all the time, and it damn sure doesn't happen when you want it to. Most times it happens when you least expect it, and this app wasn't a flurry of activity. It wasn't constant bloop 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 word bloop bloop word bloop bloop word bloop. It wasn't constant, and I like that. I like the fact that it took time and you had to sit there and walk around. I like that part of the app. Am I going to say that the words that I got were me talking to a spiritual entity? I can't say that. What I can tell you, though, is I don't have a Jimmy in my contacts anywhere, so I don't know where that name came from. And I like the fact that it kind of strung together a sentence. Jimmy, create, person. So it was basically kind of telling us that maybe Jimmy had a kid, and maybe Jimmy is one of the spirits that resides here. Now I know for a fact my girlfriend has heard a male whistling. My girlfriend has also thought that she's seen me walk to the kitchen one night at about 2:30 in the morning when she was up doing laundry and stuff, and I was upstairs sound asleep. So I do know there's a male entity here. Is the male entity Jimmy? You know what? Perhaps I've been trying to put a name to him for a while, so maybe this app helped me do that. However, maybe it didn't. I will probably start calling the spirit Jimmy, though, just because that's the first male name I've got to pop out of one of these apps besides the name last night. We got Bill. But you know what? Bill doesn't necessarily mean a name. Bill can be multiple things. And I guess in a way, a Jimmy can be multiple things. It's a type of sprinkle. But Jimmy is a more correlative name to me than Bill is because, you know, dollar bill, bill of a hat. There's so many different ways it can go. And that was on the Ghost Radar Classic where I got the bill, guys. So go and check out that video if you haven't seen it. Final assessment. Does it work? Does it not work? It clearly seems to do something. And that's honestly, I am unsure whether or not the app will actually be a viable tool for investigating the paranormal. But I can tell you this, it does seem to work as advertised. It does seem to be able to detect energy fluctuations. It does put out words as it's supposed to. First app that I've used has strung together a sentence, so I think that's really cool, and it adds credibility to the app. Would I tell you to download this app and test it? Yeah, I would. Download this app. Try it for yourself. Let me know what you get. Let me know if you think this app is a good app. I think it's at least worth the download. I think it's worth the try. So try it out, guys. And please come back to this video. Leave it in the comments. Tell me your experience. That's what I've got for you guys today. That was Paranormal Talk, Paranormal App Test, the Ghost Radar Legacy. Please like, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Guys, Nate signing out. See y'all next time.